Hey everybody, Jason Herkamp with Living in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So today we're going to be talking about the steps that it takes to become a great home buyer. And we realize that you buyers would love to just look at houses and see as many as you possibly can, which I want to do also. The thing is, are you going to be prepared to pull the trigger, so to speak, when you find that perfect house? So let's go over the steps that it takes to buy a home, whether it be in Minnesota or anywhere in the United States. So step one, first and foremost, you're gonna wanna make sure that you are pre-approved or pre-qualified. We're happy to help you get pre-approved or pre-qualified with one of the lenders that we have. Additionally, you might want to check with your bank, a credit union. We always encourage you to get multiple opinions because it really doesn't hurt you at all. It doesn't affect your credit score all more than about 5 points at the very most, especially if you're looking in about a 90-day window to get pre-approved or pre-qualified. It's not going to really hurt you. So ultimately, if you want a referral from us, great. If you want to look with your local bank or so forth, we really encourage you to look at reviews online to make sure that you know who you're dealing with. That should be just second nature, I guess, in this day and age. So number two, once you have that pre-qualification letter, it's going to be a good idea to sit down with the real estate professional that you are actually choosing to help you and go through the process with them, because it's not as simple and as easy as you might think. It's not just a walk in the park, and there's a multitude of steps that need to be gone through, but a real estate professional really can help navigate you through those steps and make sure that it is as easy and as painless of a process as possible. And quite frankly, then you can get expectations set for you as the home buyer and expectations set for the agent that you've chose to work with. Step number three, it's going to be going out and looking at homes. So going out and looking at the homes, it's really a good idea to narrow your area down on where you're looking to live as much as you possibly can, because there's a ton of homes available in the greater Minneapolis area, whether you're going, down towards Faribault and up towards Blaine, west towards Waconia, east towards Hudson. You want to make sure that's a huge area, right? And there's tens of thousands of homes, hundreds of thousands actually in that area. So you're going to want to make sure that you narrow that area somewhat. And people might say, well, how do I narrow my area? Well, you're going to narrow your area, in my opinion. Maybe it comes down to places that you're most familiar with. I'm very familiar with the Twin Cities, but that's only because, I get to show homes all over the Twin Cities, where a lot of people might be just familiar with one area. And that's fine. Maybe they only want to look at that area. Maybe they want to move to a new area. A lot of our clients, though, it comes down to where is their job located, especially if they need to work in an office these days. And that's super important. So how far do you want to actually commute, especially when it's snowing? So step four, let's get an offer accepted on a house and let's write up an offer. So in order to write up an offer, and we'll go into that in a later video, however, when you're writing up an offer, there's a multitude of things that go into writing up that perfect offer, and that can change depending on the home, the time on market, the number of offers that are currently on that property. So we'll go through that, like I said, in a later video, but there's many things that make the offer or have the potential to make the offer stand out from other offers. The fifth thing is getting that offer accepted. So once we get that offer accepted, if you have financing on that offer, we're going to need to get the docs or your purchase agreement to the lender so they can start working on the process and order things like the appraisal and so forth. And then we're also going to need to get 5B, which would be an inspection. So we're going to get the inspection done on the property, and the inspection overall is going to hopefully not show a lot of things that are wrong with the property, but sometimes they do, and that's all right. That's why we have the inspection period. So maybe we're able to negotiate and overcome things that are wrong with the home through the inspection with the sellers, and maybe we're not able to negotiate those things. And if we're not, then ultimately you can cancel the purchase agreement and go on and we can look for more homes. The most important thing for us is we always want to be advisors, teachers, and advocates for our clients. We do not I repeat, we do not want to be pushy salespeople, and that's the last thing you want when you're making, in most cases, the most expensive financial decision of your life. Number 6, ultimately, is get to the closing table and have a successful closing. And the closing really can be at a title company for the most part, but if needed, the title company, especially if you're a buyer, the title companies anyway that we work with are happy to come out and meet you potentially at your office, at your home. A lot of times though, it's good to do the closing at the title company's office, just because then if there's something that needs to be changed quick with the paperwork or so forth, they have all the paperwork and the capabilities to do that right in the office. And it makes it easier sometimes on everybody, believe it or not, just because it can be done all in one felt swoop. And that's the way that we like to do it, is actually at the title office. So I hope I didn't oversimplify any of this. There's definitely more that goes into each and every step, but that's why we always encourage everybody that's looking to buy a home to sit down, meet with a real estate professional, go through the steps, because there's a lot more to it than just looking at homes and writing purchase agreements and going to the closing table. And it's good to set the correct expectations for everybody that's looking to buy a home. And quite frankly, we want to make sure that you have your expectations met as a buyer. So again, thanks for tuning into the channel. If you guys could smash that like button, turn on the bell for notifications, and more importantly, subscribe to our channel, that would be fantastic. And as always, if you're looking to buy or sell in the greater Minneapolis area, there's a Google form down below in the description, and you can fill that out, and we'd be happy to set up a Zoom, coffee meeting, just a phone call to answer any questions you have, whether you're looking to buy in the next month or you're looking to buy in the next 3 years. We'd love to be your resource to answer any of your real estate needs. So thanks a lot for tuning in.